Hello, welcome back. We're just ready for kickoff for Sweden v Ukraine to see who England will play on Saturday in Rome. So it should be a pretty good game today, I think. Just about favouring the Swedes. I think they're going to be slightly harder to break down. I think Ukraine have been a bit susceptible defensively, so we'll see how things go. So we're just running through the teams now. I'm more going to be interested in keeping my eye very much on Alexander Isak, who followers of this channel will know that I've been following for a couple of years now, since he left Borussia Dortmund, really, and went on loan initially when they got Haaland. So I'm following him sort of fairly closely, and I think he's a good player. I think I recommended him not last summer, I think it was the summer before, and then again last summer in a video that I did, a scouting video. So going to be interested in seeing how he gets on today. I think Ukraine, well, as we know, they're the lowest ranked third place team, just scraped through to this stage by the skin of their teeth. So it's going to be tough for them, I think, to break Sweden down. They're a tough team, Sweden. So it's going to be an interesting game. So we're just getting ready for kickoff now. Ukraine's kickoff, kicking right to left. So Ukraine are just about to kick off. And here we go. Ukraine passing it back. So Ukraine got the ball in their own defence at the moment. Sweden, very early days, snapping into their tackles, pressing, pushing. Push the ball back to the Ukraine's defence again. As soon as they sort of get anywhere near the Sweden half, Sweden are pressing like mad, trying to win the ball back. And it keeps going backwards, keeps going back to the Ukraine defence all the time. Kind of just got out their half now. Ukraine sort of moving it down the left wing. But it's back into their own half again already. So Sweden are a very, very tough team to play against. Isak closing down the goalkeeper. Got it to the Swedish half, but they won the ball back straight away, but it's out for a throw-in. Yeah, Sweden playing the good old 4-4-2. I think it will work a lot of the times. very much rubbished in a lot of modern teams, modern managers, pundits, etc. But it can still be an extremely effective way of playing football, and it's very hard for Ukraine, even in these early couple of minutes, to sort of get past them. Pressing, pushing, harrying. The Sweden team have won the ball back now. And it's going to be like this throughout this game. I think Sweden do an awful lot of work off the ball, you'll notice. I'm still going to be keeping a close eye on Alexander Isak. I do like that player. I've been mentioning him for the last couple of summers. Did a video last summer, scouting video mentioning Isak. And we've finally sort of been slightly linked to him. And the ball's gone into him. Goalkeeper, looked dodgy there. Clattered into one of his own players, the Ukraine goalkeeper there. Forsberg obviously had a great game last match Sweden played as well, scoring a couple of their goals, a couple of really nice finishes from midfield. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on today. He's breaking forward now as I speak. Oh, just nearly went through the whole of the Ukraine back line there. Good player he is. Playing his football in Germany, obviously. I think it's Leipzig. But Ukraine were very, very lucky to get through to this stage. Lowest ranked team that finished third. And obviously Sweden topped their group, which was a brilliant performance, really. So I do heavily fancy Sweden in this match. And if they do win and we play them on Saturday, going to be a very, very tough team to beat. We just about scraped past them in the last World Cup. I think they've improved a lot since then. And obviously they've got Isak in the team since then as well. So be a real tough game on Saturday. But they haven't won the game yet. Early doors, but they're pressing, playing exactly as I expected them to play. Really, really on the front foot, Sweden, regards when they're off the ball, pressing and pushing and getting the ball back as quickly as possible, making life hard for the Ukraine players. Got loads of energy, the Swedes. They've got the ball back again, just playing it around their defenders as it stands. It's taking the sting out of the game a little bit. Lindelof to play the ball forward. Sweden back in possession again. Now, I can't believe Seb Larsson still plays for Sweden. He's got to be about 38 now, I think. Still a really good dead ball specialist. I liked him as a player, Seb Larsson. You can see that Ukraine are really nervous about Isak. They are on him straight away. As soon as the ball goes near him, there's two players at least mark him. So they've definitely got him down as a danger man. Oh, ball into Forsberg there in the box. Sweden very much on the attack at the moment. Swung the ball in. Ukraine. Oh, Forsberg has tried a shot, just evaded him just at the last second, but they've got a corner. Kulusevski had a bit of a swing at it, hit a defender, gone out for a corner. So Sweden are going to be dangerous on these as well, set pieces. Very much so. Isak's a tall lad, about 6'3", something like that. Forsberg's going to swing it in. Got Lindelof in there. Danielsson always reminds me of Karate Kid. Danielsson. Forsberg swings it in. Didn't beat the first man. Poor corner. Out for a Sweden throw. As an England fan watching this, if you're literally purely neutral, don't have any thoughts about either of these teams, then you'll be desperately wanting Ukraine to win this because they'll be much easier to play against on Saturday in Rome than Sweden will, that's for sure. Sweden have no mugs whatsoever. There's no real superstar players. I mean, Isak's not quite obviously at that superstar level yet. He's a very promising young forward, but they've got no superstars. They just play as an excellent team, 4-4-2, really tight, really compact, real presses of the ball, loads of energy, make it really tough to get through them. So England will not find it easy at all if they do end up winning this game. But Ukraine are a little bit shaky in defence, but handled that quite well. Just headed the ball back to their own goalkeeper there. As soon as they get the ball, Ukraine though, Sweden are right on them straight away. Exactly what I was bemoaning about England earlier on, about them standing off and not the press just for a couple of minutes at a time and then just stop pressing. But Sweden, they just press the ball pretty much most of the match. It's real good energy they show. Ukraine really struggling to get the ball out their own half in possession, but it just break forward now and took a wild shot, loads wide, absolute waste that was there. Yeah, players on he could have played the ball to there, but wasted it. Good 10 yards wide. Sweden goal kick. Hamden Park looking lovely there. And the goalkeeper kicks the ball into the only patch of sun there is on the whole grass. But I love the way Forsberg plays from central midfield. Always looking to break forward. He plays like a deep lying number 10, really, in that central midfield role. He's always a threat. Just the sort of player Arsenal could do with, actually. I don't think we've ever been linked with him, but he'll certainly be a good buy. And Ukraine take a shot. Found their way through that resolute Swedish defence there. He really should have done better. Really should have done better. That was a great chance. Sweden lucky there. Really lucky to have survived that. 10 minutes gone into the 11th minute. 0-0. But Ukraine knocking it about. Again, going back to the goalkeeper. Once again, finding it hard to get out their own half. Sweden pinning them back. Foul there on the Swedish number 8. But it's showing the goal again here. Lovely bit of interchange play in the box. And he made a cut back there and really should have hit the target better there. But the goalkeeper made a fairly easy routine save in the end. But they were lucky, Sweden, to get away with that one, really. Kulusevski from Sweden, another good player, young player. Swedes take the throw in. Love these two kits here as well on display, yellow and blue. Really nice sight on the pitch. Sweden in in possession, quite comfortable at the moment. Ukraine quite happy just to sit off. It's funny, both teams are quite happy not to have the ball, really, both of these teams. But it's Forsberg running forward again. Just failed to have enough power on that to find Isak in the box there, but they've won a corner. And they're always going to be dangerous on corners. He needs to do a better delivery this time, though, Forsberg. He didn't beat the first man last time. It's quite disappointing when you've got that many players in the box with that much height. That's a better delivery, but straight to the goalkeeper. You may have heard there Martin Keown saying that they've got back three Ukraine with two wing backs. And so many teams in this tournament are playing that way. Really are. But Sweden playing the good old fashioned 4-4-2, but with Forsberg sort of breaking forward at every opportunity, almost playing like the third attacker. It's like a 4-4-2 when they're not in possession and a 4-3-3 when they are. And it's really quite effective, I think. I quite like it. Wonder whether this is the last match that's going to be played in at Hampden Park during this tournament. I'm not sure. Ukraine on the break. And when they push forward and when they do get in the final third, Ukraine, they've got 5 players there right across the front line. But apart from that moment a short while ago where they really should have scored, that's the only sort of moment they've had any kind of real danger at the moment, Ukraine. Sweden seem fairly comfortable apart from that. But then again, Sweden haven't had a shot on target yet, and Ukraine have. So it's set up to be quite an interesting game. Nice little dummy there by the Ukrainian, but it didn't work. The ball cleared out, and Ukraine back in their own defensive third. Back to the Ukrainian goalkeeper, who kicks long. Quite easy for the Swedish defender to nod it back. Forsberg all over the place. He literally just runs his socks off. Ukrainian on the attack. Little ball into the 12-yard area, but now cleared by Sweden. Up to Isak, who nods it back. Does Ukraine win the ball back? And then it's nodded back to the Swedish goalkeeper. And Sweden in control at the moment of possession. So they're definitely not really a majorly pressy team, this Ukrainian side. Quite happy for Sweden to have the ball. Free kick to Sweden here. Bit of a soft foul, but it's too far away to have a strike. Oh, no, it wasn't actually. It was a drop ball. Throw into Sweden. Sort of the Ukrainian final third. Throws it back to his defender. And when the Ukraine don't have the ball, it's a proper back five, 5-3-2 formation without the ball. Whipped in. Oh, just too high for Forsberg, again breaking into the box. He's such a good player. He's a real sort of prime Aaron Ramsey type player, Forsberg, but I don't know. Yeah, just brilliant run there. Got right place, right time. It was just a bit too high for him. He couldn't get up. He's not the biggest of players, Forsberg, but he gets in such good positions. Really good player. I'd like Arsenal to have a look at him. I really would. Just what we need running from midfield. But you never know what the plans are for Joe Willock next season. He's that type of player as well. So, but then he's going to have that sort of opportunity with Mikel Arteta. We'll have to wait and see. But playing forward again, and so it's definitely more of a 4-3-3 in possession. Oh, and Isak just had a shot, and it is just about wide. Just missed the far post. Cut in from the left. Did a daisy cutter right across the floor, and he just sort of missed the far post. But it was a little 1-2. Oh yeah, just a couple of foot wide in the end. It was with 1-2 with Kulusevski, who's also another good player they've got. Just didn't whip his foot around it just enough. Just not really, just not positive enough at all, really, in Ukraine. I know they haven't got many great players nowadays at the moment. Nothing like their manager, of course, Shevchenko, but I don't know whether they've quite got enough to sort of properly cause this Swedish team too many problems. But they did have that great chance where they should have scored that goal. I don't know how many more opportunities they're going to get in this game, and they might rue that mistake. But they're on the attack again. Well, throw in there in the Sweden half, but back they go again. Sweden have just this. They drop back when they're out of possession. It's very much a 4-4-2, like I said earlier. But that's it. They don't really get too many big numbers back. They do stay in that formation as much as they can. Whereas Ukraine definitely dropped back to a 5-3-2. Just wonder if they're going to get exploited by the pace of Isak on a counter attack at some point. All it'll take is that one ball to find him, and when he goes, he goes. You won't be able to catch up with him. He's rapid. Just crossed the ball into the box there, Ukraine, but just quite easily nodded away by the Swedish defender, Lindelof. All the way back to Ukraine's defender. Ukraine knocking it about the back three at the moment. Anyone who's watching who knows exactly how old Seb Larson is, drop a note in the comments. He's got to be 37 or 38 by now, surely. But he can still whip a ball in. He's a really good set piece taker, free kicks. So he might be in the team for that reason. That was a poor ball there by Zinchenko. Straight through to the Swedish goalkeeper, who rolls it out. Lindelof with it, bringing it out of defence. Knocks it across to the left. Back to Lindelof again. This Ukraine team are also making it difficult to break them down with the 5-3-2 formation they've got without the ball. But Sweden on the ball. Out, cleared out the box by Ukraine. Larsson lost the ball. Sweden snapping into the tackles again. They really are good off the ball, Sweden. Sweden in possession around the centre circle at the moment. Long ball down the middle to Swedish centre forward Forsberg, snapping away, winning the ball back. Free kick given away by Sweden. A bit of a soft one again. Bit of a silly foul there. Didn't really need to do that. Ukraine free kick halfway in their own half. Back to their goalkeeper. Isak closing him down. Kicks long. Out for a Sweden throw. Getting a little bit scrappy now, the game. Not quite properly settled down yet. Either side, if I'm honest. Both teams hard to break down, making it difficult for each other. Sweden look like the better team on the ball and going forward. They've had the most of the territorial possession, but Ukraine still with that one best opportunity out of the both teams. Easiest opportunity they'll have, but they didn't stick it away. Forsberg literally just dictating play. He's just everywhere, on the ball, all the time, always asking for it, always available. So much energy. Best player on the pitch at the moment by a mile. Ukraine's defenders have got it midway through their own half again. Back to their goalkeeper. Again kicks it long. He's breaking on Sweden now. Zinchenko just slows the play down. Switch players to the right hand side. Ukraine into the box. Shaping to shoot. Oh, a lovely ball. Zinchenko scores. And that was a really good goal. Really good goal. incredible pass. I don't know who it was by, but it's lovely sort of backspin, but at the same, it's like a snooker shot, sort of backspin and curl on it at the same time. Lovely switch of play. And it was Yarmolenko who did a beautiful cross shot across the box. Beautiful out swinging left footed curler to Zinchenko, who was all on his own, and he just powered in a shot that went in off the goalkeeper. Beautiful pass by Yarmolenko. Totally outwitted all the Swedish defence there, and that was a great finish that just crept in off the goalkeeper's hand. Maybe the goalkeeper could have done better, but that assist totally deserved that goal on its own, you have to say. What a goal that was. Now, as it stands, England will play Ukraine, and I fancy our chances against them, but they're not going to be easy to break down, like I said, with this very, very defensive style that they've got off the ball. We'll need a lot of good technical players against them, that's for sure. Here's Seb Larsson on a free kick. Oh, he tried to catch the goalkeeper out there, cheeky. And that was a good opportunity, good shot actually. That was unlucky. The goalkeeper just shuffled across in time, but he tried to catch the goalkeeper off guard there. And it was a good effort, worth a try. And that's a good player that Seb Larsson is. But so he must be getting on a bit now, but still got the quality on the dead balls. Now Sweden corner. And it's easily into the goalkeeper's arms. He's a bit of a giant, that goalkeeper. The Ukrainian possession, just coming up to the halfway line. Nearly half an hour gone. And they're 1-0 up. Another long ball by Ukraine. Headed out for a throw into them. Free kick, foul on Yarmolenko. He's like the forgotten man, really, of West Ham. But that, I'll tell you what, that assist he just made was just fantastic. Absolute quality. Basically, just put it on a plate for Zinchenko there. And it was not the best hit shot in the ball, but it was the power that beat the goalkeeper in the end, because goalkeeper got his hand onto it, but it still went in the net. It's a dangerous free kick now for Ukraine. Just out on the wide left of their, in the final third for Sweden. Just going to be whipped into the box now. And Yarmolenko again, just tried a bit of a... Ooh! Yarmolenko hit the ball over the bar, unfortunately. Not quite the same quality of that assist. It's with his right. Hit it with his right, way over the bar. Unlucky though. Ukraine have really sort of stepped up their game in the last 10 minutes or so. Really have. causing Sweden a lot of problems now all of a sudden. Yet to have a shot on target, I think, Sweden. All of a sudden they realise they just fancy their chances. But they've got to get Forsberg on the ball a lot more. That's for sure. He's a danger man, and along with Isak, Forsberg's just everywhere. He was dictating up until 10 minutes ago. He was dictating this game. Sweden playing the ball out of defence. Coming up to the halfway line. Just play it forward. Just nicked off their toes. Can they be counted on again by Ukraine? That seemed to be not coping so well with these wing backs now. Sweden, they're causing them quite a bit of problems. Energy slightly dropped out of Sweden as well now. Not quite pressing the way they were earlier on in the match. They look a bit leggy all of a sudden. Silly little foul there in the midfield by Ukraine, giving Sweden a bit of a breather. Kulusevski gets pulled to his feet. Oh, Sweden back in possession, stroking it around their defenders, looking for a pass infield. There we go. Forsberg's on the ball again, out on the left. Isak making a run, just didn't get to him. Ukraine throw. Zinchenko's going to take it. The sun's right in his eyes, only literally a little slit of sunshine on the pitch left. And that little slit is right in Zinchenko's eyes as he's taking the throw. Olsen powers into midfield. Larson with the cross. No one there. A bit too heavy. Sweden probing in the half. Forsberg back on the ball. Oh, good tackle by Ukraine in there, but it's broken to the wide side of the box, crossed in, but straight to the goalkeeper. Good evening, Russ. How are you doing? How you doing? So dominating play really now, not possessional wise, but the Ukraine are definitely looking more dangerous than Sweden at the moment. Sweden have gone from really sort of bossing things early doors this match to not seemingly being able to have any idea about how to break them down, Ukraine, or handle them when they're being countered on. I don't know why Forsberg just keeps going over to the left either. he's more dangerous when he's playing, gets the ball and running at them centrally. But that pass, honestly, that Yarmolenko assist was so good. One of the passes of the tournament, that is. Absolutely brilliant that was. You never see a better assist than that for a long time. Yeah, I agree, Russ. I still would prefer to play Ukraine, but they'd be difficult to break down. They're like a 3-5-2 in possession and a 5-3-2 out of possession, and they're pretty difficult to break down. And then when they break pretty well with their wing backs. But I would still prefer to play them, like you just said, mate. I really would. But we'll see how this match pans out first. Forsberg is just such a good player. I wish Arsenal would look at him because he's such a good. He's the midfielder we miss at the moment. But if we can give a chance to, Willock's that sort of player, but Forsberg better on the ball than Willock. He's a better passer, better dribbler with it. But then again, Willock is still a very young player. He's still got a lot of improving to do. But Forsberg could be that missing link really that we need. But another little great one too. He was involved in then. Crossed into the box again. A good bit of pressure here by Sweden. And it breaks to Forsberg. Did he get a free kick? No. See, Sweden literally swarming all over him, but can't just get through this blue wall here at the moment. And once again, can Ukraine break with pace? Here they are. No, too heavy. Poor ball. That could have been a good opportunity to break on them then. But really, they should be 2-0 up, Ukraine. That miss earlier was terrible. So Sweden still in it, but they could have been in a lot more trouble. Yeah, I agree. Russ Shevchenko has done a good job with Ukraine. They really did scrape through by the skin of their teeth, but they're playing all right. And I would fancy us to beat both these teams, but neither of them are going to be easy. I mean, it's obviously going to be tough. One of them's going to get through to the quarterfinals. So that means they're a decent team. But I would fancy us to beat both of them. But we'd need some good players who can really dribble and have clever touches in and around the box. We need a Grealish, we need a Foden, we need a Saka, Sterling. We'd need those players to be on good form to actually get through this blue wall that they put up, this Ukraine side, when they haven't got it. How's the game going? Well, Ukraine obviously 1-0 ahead. They should be 2-0 ahead, Tobe. They've looked the most dangerous on the break, but Sweden have had probably the most possession, but they haven't really had a shot on target yet, Sweden. Ukraine just sit back, and then break. When they break quickly. Yarmolenko's assist, you'll have to look and watch again to the goal. The Yarmolenko's assist is one of the best assists you'll see for a long time. Honestly, fantastic. What channel is it on? It is on BBC One. Sweden with the ball. Again, why is Forsberg out right wide on the left? Nice little cross, but didn't quite make it to Isaac. Isaac, to be fair, has hardly had a touch. His movement is good. He does drag players around with him, but he needs to really get a chance to get on the ball, but he's not getting that space. Ukraine just crowding him out. He's got on the ball right as I say that, but passes it out to Forsberg. Forsberg has a shot. Goal! Knew it. Forsberg was going to be the one. It took a deflection, but Forsberg is such a dangerous player. I've been saying it all match. And it scored again. A little bit of involvement there. I think the assist has to go down to Isaac. He had a little bit of a touch, little flick out to him. But Forsberg centrally running in from midfield is so dangerous. Again, the whole match I've been saying this, whole of the first half. Gets one chance to have a shot. Yes, it takes a deflection, but it was him again that scored the goal. It's got to go down to the Forsberg goal because it was on target. And that's a good finish once again. So, game back on again, 1-0. Getting interesting. A bit of a gratuitous shot there from some of the spectators. But 4 goals in 4 matches for Forsberg from midfield is pretty decent from anyone's standards. And will that kick Sweden on now to show their class? I wonder how much they'd want for Forsberg. Definitely got to be worth a shout. Good player. Exactly what England are missing. They will miss most of the match today as well, until they brought Grealish on, the role that Forsberg plays. But he's definitely, for some reason, he's drifting out to really wide left and then cutting in and then back again. Forsberg spending a lot of his time out wide left. Obviously, the manager's told him to do that. Maybe don't really fancy the right wing back, or just to keep the right wing back of Ukraine quiet, stop him from making too many runs. Maybe that's the plan. Keep him a bit occupied. But Ukraine now, all of a sudden, can't really keep hold of the ball. And that's the end of the first half. Should make for a good second half now. That late goal by Sweden, bringing it level. Like you were saying, Russ, if you're still there, I do fancy England to beat either of these two sides, but both for different reasons will make it tough for us. But we should have the players to put them to bed. Here comes old Freddie. What a legend he still is. Yeah, what about the goal that was missed? The shot that was missed early doors by Ukraine. That was terrible. Here's Freddie. It is. I agree with Freddie there. The way they're set up, a 3-5-2 pretty much, Ukraine. When they've got possession, they're breaking numbers. But when they haven't got the ball, it's definitely a strong 5 at the back, 5-3 or 5-4-1, 5-3-2 out of possession, and it's really difficult for them to get through. It's like a blue wall, like I said. But lovely switch of play there, out to the right. And then Yarmolenko, this is just, I could watch that all day, that pass. What a ball. And then finished by Zinchenko. Oh, what a ball. Yeah, caught it really well, Zinchenko, but goal. I have to be completely honest. Goalkeeper should have done better there. He got a good hand to it, but he had chocolate wrists really, and it went straight through his hand into the goal. But I think just the power on the shot just outdid him really, but should have done better. Right, I'm just going to take a 2 minute break. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back for the second half very shortly. Bye. Right, I'm back. Just reliving the highlights of the England game. Great win. It wasn't looking good really up to midpoint of the second half, but then took our chances and they didn't. And unbelievable, really, that Thomas Muller miss that he put wide when he broke through. But we capitalised, and that's the main thing. Harry Kane scored a goal, maybe. Just he might kickstart his Euros. You never know. He was I was absolutely livid with him for most of the match. He was not pressing. He didn't look like he had energy. Just he wasn't doing anything. He was just a passenger. But then he popped up, scored the goal. Jack Grealish assist. But the fact that he took off Saka, who was one, along with Sterling, our most sort of dangerous player, I was absolutely livid at that point. But at the end of the day, we got a 2-0 win, and that's what mattered. And I really do, if we turn up on the day, and we still haven't conceded a goal, don't forget, if we just turn up on the day and be a bit more positive with our selection, have a few more creative players on the pitch. Excuse me, got hiccups. We will need them. We will need creative players in the final third to break through either of these two teams. But I do fancy our chances against either of them, and that'll put us in the semis. I don't want to speak too soon, of course. We are talking about England here. But so we haven't conceded a goal at England, but we really should have done today. That against again, that Thomas Muller miss was really lucky, but we didn't. We still didn't concede a goal. We put it wide, but we lived on our luck a little bit there. But Sterling could be this. Literally, could be Sterling's tournament. I think we've definitely got to start Grealish in the second game. Carry on with Saka. Carry on. Obviously, Sterling's nailed on to start. But maybe, dare I say, we should put Saka as left wing back instead of Luke Shaw, who I thought, although he had an assist today, was pretty crap really for most of the game. If we play Saka left wing back, that's another option as an attacking player from that side, and then we could bring in someone like Sancho. But the chances of Southgate playing Sancho now from the start or for any significant length of period of time on the pitch is very, very low because he's just not getting on the pitch, is he? He's had, what, 6, 7 minutes in the whole tournament so far? But we, without doubt, will need that bit of extra creativity in the final third against one of these teams in the quarter final on Saturday. Hope my stream hasn't frozen for anyone else. The Olympics starting at the end of July. I think I might watch the football. Watch a bit of Saliba playing. Gabriel at the back for Brazil and France. Saliba. Good. It was fine. Only froze for a bit. Glad it's all right now. Anyway. Here we are. Second half just about to kick off. Sweden going to take the second half kick-off. Here we go. We're underway. Sweden kick a long ball towards Isak. Forsberg again out left. Got to be out there just to keep the wing back quiet, I'd imagine. Sweden with the ball in their defensive third. Again, Ukraine really not a pressy side. Not pressing that ball, try and win it back. Danielson from Karate Kid. I think apparently he plays in China or somewhere. So he's done pretty decent for Sweden. Here come Ukraine, breaking down the left, but the Swedes won the ball back. Really hasn't got into the game so far. Isak has hardly had the ball at all, but he did have the assist for their goal. As little as it was, but he did make that assist. And Seb Larsson, bless him, getting on in age, but still got the pace. Well, say got the pace, but still got the energy. Still getting about the pitch. Isak's just had a little touch, but right in midfield. Long ball towards him. Little header on. Oh, just about nearly found Forsberg there running onto it. Sweden still got the ball. Ukraine half. Forsberg weaving. Plays the ball back to Danielson. Still got the ball. Ukraine can't get it away. Olsen's had a decent game as well for Sweden. Forsberg on the ball, cutting in from the left. Sweden in the penalty box. Kulusevski, no, just got robbed. And here come Ukraine, breaking with a bit of pace down the left again. Ball into the box. Too long, but it's come out to the right wing. Is Yarmolenko crossing with his left. Oh, God. Danielson dealt with that quite well. Ukraine have the ball. Again, Sweden half. Again, Sweden really sort of dropped off the pace again a little bit at the moment and not pressing like they were before. Don't know whether it's because of the just the tiredness, the long season they've had, but they're not sort of keeping up those energy levels we've seen before by Sweden. Ukraine sort of playing in around, just Sweden half. Zinchenko again on the left. Here it comes. Ukraine still got the ball. Knocking it about Sweden half. It's back to the defenders now. Forsberg's furthest player forward for Sweden. Pressing. Lindelof. Sweden got the ball in their defence. Hit the ball long towards Isak. Too long. Cleared by Ukraine. Sweden back with possession. Forsberg on the ball. Ukraine win the ball back in their own half, but no, Sweden win it back again. Forsberg knocks it out wide. Out for Sweden throw in the Ukraine half. Thrown back to defence. Olsen plays it into Forsberg. Forsberg on the ball. Forsberg plays it out wide to the right. Isak on the ball. Too deep. Danielsson. Ukraine knock it long. Yarmolenko out. Oh, the Sweden head keeper was way out. Headed it clear for a throw-in. Bit of a sweeper keeper job there. Ukraine have possession in their own half. Knocking it about amongst the defenders into the Sweden half. So many players around the ball. Nice play by Olsen. Forsberg on the ball. Deep in his own half. But they've lost possession again, Ukraine. On the ball. Finding it so hard to break through. Back to their defenders again in their own half. Here come Ukraine again. There seem to be so many Swedish players on the pitch when they're without the ball. They're just everywhere. All around the Ukraine players. Ukraine out. Found some space on the right. Crossed by Yarmolenko with his right foot. Comes out for a terrible shot. Weak and wide. Yarmolenko looks really dangerous. Here comes Sweden, bringing the ball out with Olsen in the midfield, passing out to Isak on the right, but just didn't get the ball. Ukraine win it back. Here comes Sweden. Forsberg on the ball. Passes it into midfield. Larsson has a shot, just wide. Good 30 yards out. Decent strike by Larsson. Still got it. Poor ball by Ukraine now. Sweden with possession. Just coming into the Ukraine half. Scuffed pass. Zinchenko wins it back. Ukraine got the ball in their own half. Deep. Back to the goalkeeper. kicks it long. Here come Ukraine on the break. Out wide to Yarmolenko into the box. The shot. Oh, and he hits the bar. Oh, goodness me. Yarmolenko again not created that. Pass, little ball out to the centre of on the D. Hits the outside of the post. Yeah, goalkeeper was beaten. All hands up there. Lucky break for Sweden again. Still 1-1. 55 minutes gone. But Ukraine do look dangerous on the counter attack. They do break in numbers. They do break with pace as well. We'll have to be careful about that if we end up playing them on Saturday. Here they come again. Yarmolenko on the ball, taking it towards the box. Cuts inside, plays the ball out to the centre of the D. Now Sweden bring it back. Here comes Isak, showing his pace for the first time in the game. Dragging the ball around. Here we go. Puts the ball through to Forsberg. Forsberg. It's the post. Oh my God. Good bit of interchange play again between Isak and Forsberg. Two best players. And Forsberg is such a danger, such a good player. I really like him. And from one side hitting the post to another side hitting the post within a minute or so of each other. And that was a lot closer and unlucky by Forsberg. Again, beat the keeper, but it was closer to going in than the Ukrainian chance. And it's a Ukraine goal kick. Unlucky. Both teams there. Opening up into being a good game now. Sweden win the ball back in their own half. It is a good game of football, Russ. You're right. Really two evenly matched teams here, you have to say. I couldn't really call this at the moment at all. Both teams dangerous in their own right. Both teams difficult to break down in their own right in a way. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to see who's going to win. Let's see it going all the way, this one. Forsberg's going to have a lot of admirers, though, after this tournament. And this game as well. He really has been Sweden's standout player. And I have to say that Danielsson, he's good. He's better than playing wherever he is in Japan or Spain or China. I mean, he's looked quite good as well. Made a good find there, Sweden, bringing him into the team. A complete unknown he is, apart from his Karate Kid films, of course. All right, Sweden play a long ball down the pitch to Isak. Didn't quite find him, but they've got retained possession. Seb Larsson on the ball. Did well. Rolling back the years, old Seb Larsson here today. Forsberg on the ball again. Oh, lovely ball through. Cross. Oh, just cleared. Cross right across the 6-yard box. Turning the screw a little bit, Sweden. Now up. Oh, that could have broken anywhere again as well. Oh. Well onside. Unlucky. Good ball in. Augustinson. Larsson with the throw midway through into the Ukraine half. I mean, it's back with their defenders. Olsen, another good player. Plays forward. Oh, it's a loose one there by Forsberg, but got away with it. It's back with the Swedish defenders. Olsen bringing it forward into the Ukraine half. Plays the ball to Isak, who's broken the offside trap. Oh my goodness. Just wide. He was onside as well, I think. Oh no. Always close, but I think he was just offside. But anyway, put it wide. Yeah. The flag did stay down, as they just said on the TV. The flag stayed down, but I think had it been checked, I think he would have been called offside in the end. But either way, he just put it to the wide of the right post. Ukraine making a substitution here. It's really opening up to being a good game now. It looks like Sweden are just starting to turn the screw a little bit on Ukraine. Ukraine need to be careful here, otherwise they're going to lose their momentum completely. But when they break, as I said, they break really well, Ukraine. They're set up to be a tough team to play against, they really are, but they haven't quite got the quality to match the quality of their play, if that makes sense in some cases. But they're still a good team. They've got playing well under Shevchenko. But Sweden win the ball back in their own half. Can they make a break? He's Isak really deep. He's just got away with that there. Olsen turning away, lovely in the midfield. He's played well. He's had a good game. Here comes Forsberg again, looking dangerous. God, I'd like to get him to Arsenal. Really would. The ball switched to play, but too hard. Out for a Ukraine throw, deep in their right back area. Booted clear. And they've done well there. Spread it out to the left. And here comes Zinchenko. Oh, it's broken to the right. He's in complete space. Can he find someone? Oh no, it's too near the goalkeeper. Oh, that was a wasted opportunity there, buddy, Ukraine. Siorchuk, he was all on his own now on the right hand side of their goal mouth. Really acute angle, but he was trying to swing it round the goalkeeper, but it was just too close to. You're right, Russ. I think they are levels below England, but we know England can drop their level quite often as well in major tournaments when push comes to shove. And you can't take anything for granted, but of course, England on their day should be able to put either of these two sides to bed. But I never count my chickens, put it that way, especially with Gareth Southgate as manager. Forsberger, we're going to have to be careful about. We're going to have to keep someone like Calvin Phillips on Forsberg all the day. Even when he goes to the toilet, Calvin Phillips is going to have to follow him. Cannot give him any space. He's going to cause us some danger. But he's the only one, if we play Sweden, of course, that is levels above the rest of them. Yeah, I'd definitely man mark him. Calvin Phillips would be a good choice for that. It's just he dictates everything, Forsberg, for the Sweden team. Everything goes through him. Olsen's a good player though in midfield as well. But here comes Sweden anyway. In this Ukraine half, playing around quite nicely. It seems that Isak's getting into the game a little bit more, but still not enough. He's still getting into it a bit too deep. Bit similar to England with Harry Kane and stuff. He's having to drop deep to try and come and find the ball. Free kick to Sweden. Just inside the Ukraine half, near the centre circle. Played back, played out wide on the right. Long diagonal cross to Forsberg. Cut out for the Sweden corner. And trots to the corner himself, Forsberg, to take it. Like I said, he is the Sweden team's engine, really. He's dictating everything. Here it comes. See whether they can do anything with this. Swung in to the back post. Just comes loose to one of the defenders, I believe. Takes a shot. Oh, saved by the goalkeeper. What a lovely shot. Who was that? Kulusevski. That wasn't the defender. Just his size just made him look like a defender for a minute. It's a lovely shot there. Curling left foot shot to the far corner, but goalkeeper just got his right hand up. Another corner. Again, Sweden continuing to turn the screw here. Oh, just here. Can they break? Can Ukraine break now? Malinowski ain't got the pace, unfortunately. He's still got the ball though, but they've allowed Sweden to come back. Yarmolenko took a shot and he took it too quick there. Scuffed at it a little bit. Could have done better. That was a really good opportunity for a break there, but just slowed it up enough for all of the Sweden defence to come back, but then just finished it off really with a poor shot in the end. But that was a good save by the Ukraine goalkeeper beforehand from Kulusevski. Here comes Sweden again, right. Bringing it out from their own defence. Back into Isak. Again, centre circle for Isak, but a lovely swinging out ball with the outside of his foot there to Forsberg. And another, that could have been another lovely ball there by Isak, but it's just too hard for Seb Larsson to get on the end of, but it completely cut out several Ukraine players with that pass, but it's just too hard. But he was again really deep, coming to look for the ball. Goal kick, Ukraine. Sweden seem to be a bit more at it now. They're snapping back at the Ukraine players, they're closing down, pressing a lot more active. They've got their energy back. They seem to have gone through a bit of a slump earlier on, but they're coming back into the game completely now. Sweden dictating play at the moment. But they've got to be careful on the break because Ukraine really can cut you open. But that last one just lacked that bit of pace. I think it broke to the wrong player of the Ukraine team. But here comes, blimey. Defender there brought it all the way back out. Forsberg's into the box. Turns, shoots. Oh, it's a crossbar! Oh my God. What a player he is, that Forsberg. Honestly. Give him just a tiny bit of space and he smacks it. Just hit the post, then just hit the crossbar. He's such a good player, honestly. He's one of my favourite players of this tournament. He really is. Just so decisive on the ball. He knows exactly what he wants to do all the time. Just gets himself into a shooting position and just smack the crossbar, which is probably still shaking now. Oh, so unlucky. Would love that to have curled in. Just this player I really like watching. Kulusevski got a yellow card. I think he just grabbed at his player's shirt, really dragged him back. Alright, Ukraine looking to break again, but that's a poor pass to Yarmolenko. Easy one for the goalkeeper, rolls it out. And now they're playing up through the midfield. Forsberg on the ball again in their own half. Here comes Danielsson. He's back to Forsberg. Forsberg again. Back to Danielsson. Plays it to Olsen. What can we do? Back to the defender. Sweden comfortable on the ball at the moment. As I said, the Ukraine just don't press. They just let the other team have the ball. Wait for a mistake and then pounce. Sweden knocking it about in Ukraine's half now, but there's so many Ukraine players back. Make it really tough. Zinchenko playing a risky pass across the face of his own goal to the goalkeeper, but got away with it. Here comes Sweden's sweeper keeper. And Sweden try again. Isak's literally back in the number 10 role at the moment. I don't know why. He's played it out wide to Augustinsson. Danielsson back in the Ukraine half. Even their defenders will push right up now. So deep, Ukraine. They want to get it to Forsberg every opportunity so he can make some space and take a shot. He's right on the D at the moment, Forsberg, looking for that pass. Always available for it as well. Always looking to create some space for himself. Ball swung in from the left, too close to the goalkeeper in Ukraine. Net. I still can't call this one. Really can't call it. Ball's gone back to the Sweden goalkeeper who kicks long. But too long. Had a few consistent viewers. Thank you for this and the last stream, which is really kind of you all. If you've only had one like, if you can give us a few more likes, that'd be really, really grateful. So our videos can get recommended on YouTube to other Arsenal fans, other football fans. I'd be most grateful if you don't mind giving us a like. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, of course, as well, please. But here come Ukraine. Can they break properly this time? They're in the Sweden half. Sweden's defence and midfield are all set up perfectly though. They're all back. Pushing the Ukraine players back into their own half. Here comes Zinchenko, but pass it backwards. And again. Just can't find these spaces to play through Ukraine at the moment. And back it goes again. Try back out wide right. Back again. Now, long ball. Yarmolenko on the ball. Passes it forward towards the D. Looking for the ball back, but don't get it. Passing it out to the edge of the D. Shoots. Blocked. Now Sweden dropping back deep. They're not. They've suddenly stopped pressing again as well. Must be the managers of these teams telling them to press in groups of about 5 minutes and then have a 5 minute break because of the long seasons these players have had. It must be the reason, because Sweden are all of a sudden just sitting back a little bit again now. After turning this screw a few minutes ago for quite a sustained period of time, they're now just quite happy for Ukraine to have the ball and they're sitting back. Ukraine whip a long ball down the line, taken down nicely. Back heel onto the right winger, back again. Can they get this cross into the box? Yarmolenko on the ball at the moment. Nope, goes back. 1-1, still 75 minutes gone. Ukraine tried to play the ball into this box, but out for a Ukraine throw. Deep inside the Sweden half. Throw goes back all the way back to defence, and the ball goes all the way back to the edge of their own keeper's box. Ukraine trying to build their way back out again. But Sweden making it hard. Now, poor ball. Danielsson. Some loads of space. Sweden have the ball back in their own half. Free kick to Sweden just inside the Ukraine half. Now here comes Sweden again, playing the ball into Isak again, deep. Isak not playing off the last man like he should be. Lindelof on the ball in his own half. Back to the Sweden goalkeeper. Sweden possession in their own half, deep defenders. Danielsson brings the ball out into the Ukraine half. They just can't get the ball to Forsberg at the moment. Being crowded out the match. Now he's got it. Oh, just tried to feed through his teammate, but just got taken off him. Here's Olsen. Into Forsberg. Kicked from behind. Kulusevski in the box. Oh, just cleared. He looks dangerous. Here's Yarmolenko running into the Sweden half with the ball. He's fouled. Yarmolenko got a yellow card. What's that for? He's the one that got fouled. Is he complaining to the ref, maybe? Don't understand that one. I think it's a free kick to the Ukraine, but Yarmolenko's the one that got the card. The Ukraine take the free kick back into their own half. But ball played out wide left. Great ball actually to cross coming, but Forsberg was there and brings the ball out. And he plays the ball out to the right wing, just about finds his teammate. Ukraine with the possession in their own half. I don't understand why Isak's playing so deep. It's very even. 11 shots to Sweden, 3 on target. 9 shots to Ukraine, 3 on target. We're into the final 10 minutes. Is this going to go to extra time? At the moment, it very much looks like it. They're cancelling each other out very well. Not the most exciting of games now at the moment. It went through that really bright spell a short while ago where Sweden really looked like they might be cranking up the pressure too much. I thought they were going to score, but both teams hit the post within a couple of minutes of each other. And then another brilliant shot by Forsberg, cannon back off the crossbar after that as well. It's not been without any kind of action and chances this half, but I don't see at the moment where another goal is going to come from, but you never know. This tournament's been, this knockout stages at least have been extremely exciting, last minute goals, etc. Sweden are bringing a couple of subs on. See if this can really shake things up. Players going out down with cramp. I've noticed that a lot in these knockout games, especially, that a lot of players have been going down with cramp. It must be really tough after such a long, hard season, squeezing the season into a smaller amount of time as well. This was always going to happen, really. Players going down with cramp and getting injured and so on. But I think, especially these games, the last few days, the energy levels and the excitement of the matches, the goals, the comebacks, the attitude of the teams have been spot on, really. It's been really, really good. And you have to say that match earlier on this afternoon, early evening, England beating Germany, could really have kick-started the whole tournament as far as this country has gone. It could be a summer to remember. Could be the most exciting tournament since '96 for this country, maybe. I mean, I count that above Russia 2018 as well. I think we fluked our way to the semi-final, really. We never looked really like we could go on and win it. I think it looks a bit different this time, especially with all the teams that have crashed out. France, Portugal, Germany, the Netherlands all crashed out the tournament. We're never going to have a better opportunity than this to do something. Which one of these teams will we face? I can't call it at the moment. So, after that little bit of a break for injury, we've restarted. Ukraine have it with their goalkeeper who kicks long. They've got possession. No, they haven't. He's fallen over. Yes, they have. No, they haven't. Yarmolenko put it out of play. Sweden have it in their defensive third. Are we going to get some bit of late drama like these last few games have dished up these last few days? Just about coming up to the last 5 minutes. Here's Forsberg on the ball. He was dragged back. He could have carried on, but he booked the player instead and stopped the play when Forsberg was completely clear. That's a ridiculous decision by the referee, but there you go. In fact, it is a ridiculous decision because he booked Forsberg. Honestly, I'm not even going to bother going into it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Ukraine got the ball deep in the Sweden half, but they pass it back again. They cannot get through. Long diagonal out to the left to Zinchenko, but it was cut out by the defender. Ukraine retained possession. But they're always forced to go back to their defence. Coming up to 4 minutes remaining. I can't see another goal at the moment. I really can't. Unless there's something out of the blue. Looks like extra time is on the way. Definitely seems to be petering out to extra time. Long ball by the goalkeeper out to Zinchenko, went straight out for a throw-in. Gone a bit scrappy now. Unless something amazing happens in these last 3 minutes or 4 minutes plus injury time, then we're on for an extra half an hour. Possible penalties. Who's still there? Who's still watching? Who's still with me? Who's still going to stay until this match is finished? Right, throw into Ukraine. Coming up to 3 minutes left now. Normal time. This is going to be. Thank you, Toad. I'm glad you're still there. I think it looks like both teams are quite happy for this to go all the way. Here come Ukraine again. Still showing a little bit of pace on the break. But they can't get Sweden get back into position so quickly. They just can't get through. They have to stop, check, and pass back again. There's no one that's going to be willing to take that bit of an extra chance, that show that bit of extra skill at the moment that's needed to break these teams down. That's why England have to play your likes of Foden, Grealish, and Saka on the weekend. You need that bit of extra skill and quality in the final third. These teams haven't quite got it. They've only got Forsberg, Sweden, but he can't do it all on his own. Isak's been pretty quiet, I have to say, this game. He really has. He hasn't really shown a lot at all. It will show that he's got that assist for that goal, but he didn't play a massive part in it, let's be honest. I mean, Forsberg could have won it all on his own. He's hit the post and the crossbar as well. Oh, the through. Who's this? No. Corner to Sweden, no. It was a nice ball. It was a perfectly timed run. Kulusevski, he just wasn't confident there. You could see it in his body language. Wasn't confident with himself. But it was a good bit of defending, you have to admit. Wouldn't be laying on the floor smiling, mate. And have another half hour the way things are going. Can they just pick something out of this corner? Seb Larsson with it. No, it's a poor one. I mean, the last minute of the knockout stage, you've got to flipping miss the first man. You've got to beat the first man with the corner. Come on. Have Ukraine got one more chance in them? I don't know how many more added minutes are going to be added on. 2. It seems a bit stingy, to be honest. We have a couple of breaks in this game, this half. Offside, that's got to be it now. 1.5 minutes of added time to go. He looks dead on his feet. Yarmolenko looks literally dead on his feet, but I'll never forget that assist he made earlier. It was fantastic. Yeah, both teams just playing out for an extra half an hour of play. I don't know why they're so happy to do that. They must be happy to go to penalties because they're knackered. You wouldn't want to have to play another half an hour of football, but looks like they're both playing now for penalties. They're just talking about Olsen, and he has had a really good game. He is a good midfielder, really tidy. Not spectacular at all, but very, very early lose the ball. Always does the right thing with it. Always makes the right decision. Is there, available to take the pass all the time. Similar to Forsberg, further up the field. And there we are. We're going to extra time. He's unlucky. I mean, he's had a great game, Forsberg. Scored the goal, but it's unlucky not to have had a hat-trick, let's be honest. Rattled the crossbar. Smacked the post as well. Always the more likely to score out of anyone, really. That Danielson, look at him. Look at the size of him. He's absolutely massive. You can't say he's put the foot wrong, really. I mean, what a find by Sweden to find him playing over in China. He's better than that. He's got to make a move. I don't know how old he is, actually. But he's played really well. He's a good defender. I can't split either team. It's been so evenly matched. Been a good game overall. Not the most exciting, but quite interesting game. Both teams playing well, cancelling each other out. You really couldn't say. I could see it going all the way to penalties. I really could. I'm going to go and grab myself a drink out the fridge. One moment. I won't put any money on anyone in this game. But if I had a gun to my head, I'd say the little bit of magic, if he's still got it in him, from Forsberg, may change the game. But I can see it going all the way to penalties. I really can. It's been a good game. Considering that they scraped through to this round literally by the skin of their teeth, Ukraine, he's done a good job. Really has with this team. Shevchenko, they're set up really well. So when they're in possession, it's a very strong sort of 3-5-2, sometimes 3-4-3. But then when they haven't got the ball, it's a very strong 5-3-2, 5-4-1 even. And when they break with pace, they break with power. But they're lacking that little bit of quality. Yarmolenko, he's got, he's probably one of their better players. I mean, but they break really concisely with a lot of direction. So they are a dangerous team. Sweden, very, very organised, really hard to break down. They've got that real link between midfield and their strikers in Olsen. He's a dangerous, dangerous player. Well, Olsen is a very good midfielder, but he wasn't the one I was on about then. I was also on about Forsberg, but Olsen is a very good midfielder. But I do fancy England against either of these two teams. It will be hard to break down. We will have to play Foden, Grealish, Saka. Obviously, Sterling will play anyway. But we'll need that bit of extra guile to break them down, either of these two teams on Saturday. They're going to be tough defensively. So we need that bit of skill, craft and guile in the final third to beat either of these two. But we can do that, I think. I don't fear either of them at all. And if we do play Sweden, we should definitely get someone like Phillips to man mark Forsberg throughout the whole entire game. Keep them quiet, because without him, they will have nothing really going forward at all. So that's what I would do if we end up playing them. I mean, out the two teams, say it can hardly split them, but I would rather play Ukraine. I think they're much more toothless going forward, and I think the way that we can just knock on the door if we do play on the front foot against them, because we definitely wouldn't need to be too defensively set up against Ukraine. They will 100% not fancy playing us. As long as we're keeping their two wing backs quiet, I don't think we've got much to worry about. I think our defence can more than capably handle Yarmolenko, but that I keep coming back to it. That assist he made earlier was out of this world. Absolutely fantastic assist for their goal. If you haven't seen it, you must watch it. But that's the only thing of real note he's done throughout the game. But he has got that little bit of quality with his left foot, but nothing to fear against them. And like I said, if we can man mark Forsberg out the game, then we've got a fantastic chance against Sweden as well. So let's see how this extra time plays out. It's kicked off. 40 seconds into it. 1 minute 40 seconds into it, I should say. Beg your pardon. No chances as yet. Ukraine on the attack in the Sweden half. Let's see if one of these teams can stop it going to penalties. Can't see which one will be the one at the moment. So I can really only say and see what I say what I see. And I think both of these teams would be quite happy for it to go to penalties at the moment. I think they're really running out of energy. But we thought that with a couple of the other games so far in these knockout stages, and they've turned out to be proper quality games in the extra time. Look at what happened to Spain, for example. Who would have thought 5-3? But let's see if one of them can do something a bit special. Ukraine still got the ball at the moment in the Sweden half. Can't break through the yellow wall. Whipped the ball in. Shevchenko's good, took it down ever so nicely, actually. he won't do anything with his right foot. He cut in to shoot with his right there, but he didn't do it because he realised he can only stand on his right foot. Still got the ball in the Sweden half, breaking forward again, looking to get it into the box. Yarmolenko's on the ball. Going back. Again, Sweden are so good at that. Like, they just get the ball. Whenever the opposition have got the ball, they just press them just enough and where the ball always has to go backwards and ends up with their defence. Substitution for the Ukraine. Stepanenko going off, Marakenko coming on. And another. Oh no, it's the same one. Apologies. Sweden with the throw-in, deep in their own half. Oh, he's lost the ball there. He's lucky. The Sweden player. Forsberg again, really wide left at the moment. Here we go. Just Keown just agreeing with me, saying that he doesn't understand really why Forsberg is out wide left. I've got a feeling he's out there to try and keep their right wing back quiet, but he needs to be central. He really does to get really on the ball. He's such a dangerous player. He shouldn't be stuck out there on the left wing. Sweden going to make a triple substitution. He's got a break in play for that whilst they do all the admin for that. Kulusevski's coming off for Robin Kazon. They're bringing off Isak as well, who has had a disappointing game today. He's coming off. Marcus Berg coming on. And Seb Larsson, who's a player I've always liked, who's done exceptionally well for someone his age in this game. He comes off and Victor Claesson has replaced him. And we're back underway. Ukraine got the ball deep in their own half. Looks like it's going to inject a bit more energy back up front for Sweden, which had been missing, I have to be honest. I mean, apart from Forsberg, they've really been lacking a bit of running lately up there. They've started off pressing really, really well, but that really had died down because they were really leggy. So those three subs should make a big difference there. And Danielsson, he really caught the player there. Yellow card. They're checking VAR for that. It did look a bit dodgy. A potential red card check. I hope he don't get sent off. That will really spoil the game. And he's had a really good game, Danielsson. Don't send him off. Don't ruin this game. he didn't mean to do that, but it was bad. That could have been a leg breaker. I have to be honest. It's worse when you see it. The more you see it, it looks worse. But he's going to have a look. He's going to send him off. He's going to send him off. He's going to look at the screen, and when he sees that in slow motion, he's going to send him off for it. And he didn't mean that at all, but it does look bad. Oh, his leg really bent backwards. He could have broken his leg. He's going to go. That's going to ruin the game. Oh, I feel gutted for him because he had a good game, that Danielson. I've mentioned him and Nate. I've mentioned him a lot throughout this match, and it's a shame the game's ended for him like that. And if they end up going out for it, I can't knock the ref though, because when you look back on it again and again, it looks dreadful, and it really was dreadful. But I feel sorry for the bloke really, because I know deep down he didn't mean that, but he could have broken the bloke's leg. He did have to go. I can't deny that, but I'm sad for him. I'm sad for the game as well, really. And anyway, I think this tournament, regardless of what happens, he's put himself in the shop window, that bloke, because he's had a good tournament. He definitely looks like a better player than where he's playing at the moment in China or Japan or somewhere. And hopefully he'll get him a good move out of it. But I feel sorry for him toddling off now down the tunnel. But I can't say he didn't deserve it. Who went off? It was Danielson. No, he didn't break his leg, but it looked terrific on the replay. But he ain't got a broken leg. Look at him; he's fine. But I don't know whether he'll be able to carry on. But I feel sorry for him that he's had to go off. But he deserved it. They're taking off Olsen, which is a real shock. Now he's a really good midfielder, but they're suppose they're putting on another defender in Danielson's place. It's a shame for Olsen. He's a brilliant midfielder for them. Yeah, but I can't argue the decision. It was on replay, looking terrible, and he's lucky that bloke didn't have a broken leg, to be perfectly honest. But he genuinely, I can tell he didn't mean to go in and hurt the guy. It was just a mistimed tackle, and it was a dangerous one, unfortunately. But I just hope it doesn't affect the game too badly. But it was heading for penalties anyway, if I'm honest. I don't think any team was looking like they were going to go out and really try and win it in this extra time period. Tobe saying that you're guessing if Sweden win on penalties. Could be. I've got a feeling that Ukraine will be quite robotic and brilliant at penalties. I don't know why. I just feel like the Russian could be quite clinical, but we'll have to wait and see. I think the good thing is I've seen nothing tonight that makes me think England won't beat either of these two teams. It won't be easy, obviously, but I don't think there's anything within both of these teams that should worry England. But the one thing I will say, like I said a few times, apologies, but we would, if we play Sweden, we would have to man mark Forsberg, and if we man marked him out the game, Sweden would have nothing up front, really, at all. He is the fulcrum of everything they do going forward. Whereas Ukraine just attack down the wings with their wing backs and try and get the ball into either of their strikers. But here comes Ukraine into the Sweden penalty area. Dangerous ball that. Oh, no. Too narrow an angle and too wide. But decent attack from the Ukraine. Don't look good, does he? That player he's hobbling off around the pitch, and he's got half the world's ice supplies strapped to his leg. And why aren't they stretching him off? Keown's just said, I don't know why he's not on a stretcher. Why would they make him walk all the way around the pitch? I don't get that at all. How strange. Anyway, Ukraine back in possession, just entering the Sweden half. And coming up to 14 minutes now of extra time. There's going to be quite a bit of added on time because of that injury, of course. Back out to Zinchenko. Oh, what the hell? It must be a corner, surely. Yeah. What happened there? Did it hit him on the head? Sweden player looks knocked out. Yeah. Hit him square in the head and he's out cold, I think, that Sweden player. Oh, God, dropping like flies now. I hope he don't have to go off and all. I hope they haven't used up all their subs. That'd be a bit of a nightmare. That player who's still walking around the pitch, who's almost had his leg broken. What the hell is going on there? Why did they not stretcher him off? There's a stretcher there, look, right behind him. They obviously think, no, stretchers are for wimps over in the Ukraine. I don't even know what to say to that comment, to be perfectly honest. Just delete your Snapchat account and block the guy. That's probably my two penneth worth for that. Anyway, Ukraine are just about to take a corner. We're into the 17th minute of the first period of extra time. There's 3 added minutes minimum of this half. Ukraine are looking at the moment like they're trying to make the one-man advantage count after the sending off. Free kick to Sweden. It looks like Sweden are going to have to try and hang on really now for the remainder of this extra time and try and take this to penalties after that sending off, because after the long season they've had, the effort they've put in throughout this competition, the effort they've put in this particular game, and then going into extra time, I think Sweden are going to be very leggy. And now being a man down to Ukraine, who are a very sort of pacey side, try and hit them on the break. I think they're just going to have to try and hang on now for pens, Sweden. But unless Forsberg can summon up some energy from somewhere to try and create something for them, because obviously Isak's gone off now. Broke to Forsberg. Oh, he skied the shot, unfortunately. Just didn't catch it right at all, and it went to Rose Ed. But he was in the right place again. And that's the thing about Forsberg. The ball broke to him. He just has a knack of knowing exactly where to be. But he just thrashed at that one, unfortunately. Yeah, and like I said, it just ended up in the top tier. But yeah, he's definitely been one of my favourite players of the tournament so far, Forsberg. I don't know what's happened here to one of the Ukraine players. I don't know whether he got caught or what, but he's looks like he's in a bit of pain. There's going to be even more time added on. He's got the remaining supplies of ice from around the world on his ankle now, this guy. Oh, he just landed badly, I think. Did he? I think he might have just landed badly from jumping. I'm not sure. Don't know if he's going to be able to carry on or not. I think so. Whether they'll make the change at half time and extra time, I don't know. But it looks like they're down to 10 men at the moment now as well. Here come Ukraine again. Oh, someone else gone down now in the Sweden box looking for a pen. Don't know whether he's generally injured or not, but probably not. It looks like he's in a bit of pain. They're dropping like flies. He has a real terrible run of injuries, Yarmolenko, to be fair. But he's still going. I don't know how he's carried on, to be honest. He looked knackered from the start of the second half, really, of the game, but he seems to have got some energy from somewhere, Yarmolenko. But that's it. That's the first period of extra time gone. We're going to have a quick rechange round now. There's not like a long break now. It will start again very soon, this game. And I still can't call it. It's been such an even game. It's unbelievable, really. I think Sweden have had the better chances. They're at the post two or three times. But Ukraine missed a golden opportunity really early on in the match. And then they hit the post as well. It's been a good game overall. Not the most exciting game, but it's been an interesting game. I've enjoyed it. But still, I keep reiterating, the main thing is I don't really have any major concerns about England facing either of these two teams, if I'm honest. And that's a good thing for Saturday. And if either team that we face is they've had going to have less rest. And this game obviously is going to take a lot out of them going to all the way through in extra time as well. So England are going to have the fitter team without a shadow of a doubt on Saturday. I do agree. It looks terrible, that tackle, but I can see exactly what's happened, and there's absolutely no way on earth that he meant to do that and hurt that guy. It's just a really, really, really unfortunate thing that's happened there, and it's got him sent off at the end of the day, and he's had a good game, that player. He's an unknown defender that they've plucked out of playing in a league in China somewhere, and he's had a good tournament, bless him, and I feel sorry for him that he's ended that way. So I don't know whether he's going to play again now in the rest of this tournament, but just hope he gets a good deal move for himself on the back of his performances in this tournament. He deserves it. But yeah, at the end of the day, the rules had to be that he had to be sent off, and it looked terrific for that player. And I hope that other player's not really badly injured as well. Right, second half has kicked off. Ukraine with possession in their own half at the moment. Let's see if something can happen. Are we going to get another really exciting ending? Oh, don't be stupid, Jonathan Pierce. Honestly, I really like him. He says some stupid things sometimes. Of course, you've got to have 5 substitutions, and you've got to protect the players after such a season they've had. Cramming in the season into a shortened period of time. Of course, we need to protect the players' welfare. You need 5 substitutions for that reason, Jonathan. Not because of spoiling the spectacle or anything like that. Idiot. Don't think of the players at all, some of these people. Yeah, it's certainly descended into a scrappy game, and blaming the fact that both teams have used up pretty much all their substitutions for that is just a stupid thing to say, really. But it hasn't helped. But you can't help the fact that teams have to use those substitutions because players are almost dead on their feet. Look what happened to Christian Eriksen as well. So you're trying to tell me that teams don't need 5 subs, to protect their welfare. You ain't gonna convince me otherwise, I'm afraid. So yes, it has affected the game a little bit, but that's got to be the least he worries really when you're talking about players like Christian Eriksen, I'm afraid. But it looks like it is going to peter out to become a penalty shootout, which will be quite exciting, I'm sure. But the game's not finished yet. Now Sweden, have they got the ball? No, Ukraine won it back, and it's a foul. Ukraine free kick just inside the Sweden half. Yeah. They've got possession in the Sweden half. Dinked a little ball through. Oh, and the player's fallen over. Oh, and the striker fell over as well. Oh, that was such an opportunity. Dinked a little ball over. Nothing ball really. But the defender fell over. But then the striker almost immediately fell over as well. So, bad mistake there from the Swedish defender. Ukraine are the ones certainly having territorial advantage at the moment. Can they make it count with an extra man as well? You just need a bit of quality put into the box. Anything can happen, like the defender fall over like it happened before. You can get a penalty, handball, foul. You can get a ricochet, rebound. You just need to get that ball in the box, and they're not doing so at the moment. Ukraine. And Sweden are defending well. They're really well drilled in defence, this Sweden team, but the Ukraine aren't even trying to make those sort of dangerous little through balls at the moment. They're just passing it around and getting nowhere. But it's like, Oh, that's got to be offside. And he missed it anyway. What the hell? That's got to be offside. Yes, it is. But I don't think he knew that at the time, and that was a dreadful miss. What a miss. Got played through there. The Ukraine player. He being pressured by the defender. Fair enough. Dovbik, his name is. And the goalkeeper sort of just came out to closing it, but he just shot over the bar from no distance at all, and that was a terrible miss. But anyway, it was offside, but he didn't know that at the time. So, but the goalkeeper did come out and put him off a little bit, but there's still no excuse for that. It does look very, very, very much like the Sweden team, though, are settling for penalties. That's for sure. But they've got the possession at the moment in throwing in the Ukraine half. Again, let's see if Forsberg, they can get the ball to him, if he can create something from a long shot. So anything can happen with a long shot. Take a big deflection and go in. You get an handball. Anything can happen in the last stages, but it's 21 minutes, 21 and a half minutes gone in extra time. 9 minutes left, at least. Still time for anything to change at the moment. Ukraine now on the attack in the Sweden half. Can they be positive? Can one of these teams try and win it? Ukraine slipped the ball through into the penalty area. It's a broken loose, but no, it's broken to a Sweden defender. And they can break. There's a couple of players down in the Sweden box at the moment. Will play stop. Yeah, probably now. It's gone out for a throw. One of the Sweden players is down. The striker that came on. I don't know what's happened to him. He's down in his own half. Oh, it don't look good. He slid in. He got studs in his arm, chest, face, probably all of them. That looks really bad from the Ukraine player. I don't think anything's happened to him. I don't think he's had any card or anything. Wasn't even a free kick as far as I saw. It really is like a war zone in this game. They're gone. I don't think they can bring on any more subs. Probably going to have to try and soldier on. He's sitting up now. Not good. He looks a bit groggy. If he had an injury to the head, then obviously it wouldn't be wise for him to carry on at all. He's getting water down the back of the side of his head. So if he's had a head injury, he really shouldn't carry on. But I don't think they've got any subs left. He's got an ice pack on his sort of side of his head and neck at the moment. That player that came off after that terrible tackle by Danielson, he's still got all the ice strapped to his knee. It don't look good. But he's sitting in the stand, so that's one good thing. He's not been rushed to hospital for an X-ray or anything. So that's an always positive. But it looks like the Sweden player is going to carry on, even though he's got a terrible whack to the head. But it would put them down to 9 men if they didn't, I suppose. But that's not the point, really, is it? When you got an head injury, I suppose. But I have to take the doctor's advice, and he's probably carrying on. Here come the Ukraine, but I think they are down to 9 men at the moment because he's off the pitch. Unless he's come back on in the meantime. Yeah, I think there he is. I can see him on the pitch now. Are they going to make this, man advantage count the Ukraine? It don't really seem like it, but they are having a lot more of the ball at the moment. the Sweden are still defending really well. They've just done another niggly foul though, unfortunately. The same player that just went off with a head injury, who's come back on, he's the one that committed that foul. And he looks groggy to me. He's just put his hands to his temples. He don't look right at all. I don't think he should be carrying on. But he is. It's a free kick to Ukraine. They're going to get the ball deep into the box, see if they can do something with it. Free kicks taken. It was a low one, unusual, but didn't come off. But I don't see that very often. He usually floated in for a header, but he kicks it really low, like a daisy cutter, right into the wall. So Ukraine still have it, and they look like they're the team with one player advantage at the moment, but they're still not quite having the cutting edge to make it count. Can they do so? They've still got loads of space in the Sweden half. Sweden are sitting so deep now, but don't even look like they're going to be able to create a break because all the players are back. But left-footed volley just wide by Ukraine. Malinovsky, he's the one that took that strange free kick just now. It was a really weird kick. It's almost like a karate kick type thing that he just did, but wasn't very effective. And another player's coming on, probably because he must be good at penalties, surely, at this stage of the game. With Ukraine, it must be their final substitution, I believe. He's got a weird haircut. He's called Bezus. He's probably a penalty specialist. Oh, Sweden through. No, just cleared at the last minute. That was quite unlucky. Sweden have got a bit of possession here. Forsberg's on the ball. Oh, it's the right idea, but the striker, unfortunately, wasn't on the same wavelength as Forsberg there. A lovely little through ball for him, but he just didn't move. Just over 2 minutes left of extra time, plus added time at the end, I'm sure. Ukraine break into the box, but it's cleared. They're not quite giving up yet. Ukraine, it's looking fairly good for them, but can they make it count? I'm not sure they can personally, but you never know. I won't rule anything out. Ukraine are looking like a team with a man over at the moment. Sweden are sitting so deep. And like I said, even if they get a break, the chance of a break, all their players are back by the looks of it. The ball into the box, headed away. Ukraine recycle possession again with Zinchenko. He looks still like he's got a plenty in the tank, Zinchenko. He's a super fit player. But chested back to the goalkeeper. And now another Sweden defender is down in his own box. And that's not Forsberg, is it? No, it's Bezos who's literally just come on. He must have come on and been told to waste time because he's literally been on the pitch for an hour, less than a minute, and he's rolling around like he's been shot by a sniper. He must have been told, go in there and just lay down in our own box until penalties are called. Nothing. It's nothing. It's a Ukraine player down, and it's literally nothing happened. It's just like a bump, a small bump, and he's down as if he's been shot. It's embarrassing. I'm almost embarrassed for him. If he's injured, it must be the most embarrassing thing ever, coming on for your first appearance in the Euros, and within a minute you have to go off again. But no, he's running around the pitch so he can come back on. He's fine. He's wasted that time. I don't know why the Ukraine will want to waste time, to be perfectly honest, because They've got the man advantage. They've got all the possession at the moment. And they could have probably scored a goal, but he's wasted that precious time they've got to do so. They're back on the attack anyway at the moment, Ukraine. But the ball's played back out to their defence. They just aren't capable of doing something that little bit special. The Ukraine, they're really well set up, but they just haven't got... Oh, they've scored as soon as I say that! Unbelievable! It's into injury time after extra time. And they've scored a header. 31st minute of extra time, and they've scored. And it was that bit of penetration, just exactly as I was saying they haven't been able to do. They put a great ball into the box. Now, it's not going to be shown as offside, I'm sure that doesn't look like it as far as their celebrations go. This great ball into the box by Zinchenko. No, he's definitely onside. It's a lovely little header. Really, really lovely little header. Guided into the ball. Could the keeper have done better? No, I'm not going to blame the keeper there. It came at him like a bullet. It was a bullet header, really, down into the middle. And there you go. They've made their man advantage count. And I knew they were capable. They just weren't showing it. They weren't showing that they had the player that could just do that, something a little bit special. But they're checking the goal now. And it was Dovbyk. Yeah, the goal stands. I don't know why they were thinking it couldn't have been. Really, I couldn't see a reason why that wouldn't count. It was definitely onside. But it was a lovely little header by him. Lovely little header. So that's got to be it. I mean, there's literally 30 seconds of the added time remaining. And if Sweden have just kicked off, everyone is piling forward. It's like a 5-year game of football between 5-year-olds. Everyone like down one end of the pitch now. I mean, they're going to have to launch this, Sweden. I mean, it's going to be something out of this world if they come back from this now. But it's a free kick to Ukraine. It's got to be it now. Got to be it. He was definitely onside. You could see that straight away. I don't know why they took so long to check it. Now there's the two managers are sort of at it on the sideline now. The Swedish manager is accusing players of diving. Shevchenko's having to be restrained, stopping from going over to him. But the Sweden manager just turning his back and being as cool as a cucumber, but just making the diving gesture. Sweden are still carrying on. The goalkeeper plays it short, unbelievably. Get the ball forward. Just lump it into the box as they do now. Getting it forward, headed on. Sweden players are all in the Ukraine half. Goes out for a throw. That's got to be it. It's got to have the whistle any second now. Shevchenko looks like he's about to have a nervous breakdown. It's a Ukraine throw, so they're going to blow the whistle as soon as this ball gets thrown, I'm sure. 31 and a half minutes gone, and that's it. It's all over. The Ukraine are going to be playing England on Saturday. That's got to be a good result for England. I mean, they've shown a lot of fitness there, and they've kept on going, but for long periods of time, they really did not look like they were going to do anything. The Sweden manager is apoplectic by the looks of it, but he has just shaken hands with Shevchenko. I mean, honestly, Ukraine got to be one of the luckiest teams ever. I feel a bit sorry for Sweden because of that sending off. It had to be a sending off because it was a dreadful looking tackle, but you can just tell that the guy did not mean to do that. It was a pure accident, but it was terrible, so he had to go. But I do feel for him. I do feel a bit for Sweden because it really took the wind out their sails, that sending off in extra time. Ukraine didn't show an awful lot, but that assist that Yarmolenko did for their goal during normal time was outstanding, and on its own was worthy of winning a game. I have to say, sort of thing I could watch over and over again. It was a bit of pure class by Yarmolenko. That was, but overall, I think considering the way they qualified for this game in the first place, Ukraine being the worst runner-up out of the 8 third-place finishers, they've squeezed somehow past Sweden into the quarterfinals. But I've seen nothing in that game that should cause England any fear. We can't take it lightly, of course, but England is just levels above Ukraine, and I can't see England not progressing out of that game, which is quite exciting, really. But that's just replaying that winning goal again, just before the end of extra time, and it was a lovely little header, a great ball in, and finished beautifully. And it was really uncharacteristic bad defending, really, by Sweden to let them get into that position. Because Sweden defended resolutely all the way through, but having lost Danielson, who's really been a good defender throughout this competition, it's obviously affected them in the end. And Ukraine capitalised, and he's going to be a real national hero, that Dovbyk, who scored that goal in the last minute. And they've done exceptionally well to get where they are. Let's just hope that it all comes to an end on Saturday against England. But well done to them. Yeah, and it is good for England. Very good for England. So, I hope you all enjoyed that. Please give us a like before you finish. Thank you for watching, and give us a subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's been a pleasure to do this for you and the earlier game today. And yeah, once again, please like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again very, very soon. And come on, England!